rolling.
It's Tuesday, March 28th, and this is your Coffee Break News Brief on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Chaplinsky, and we're taking a break from our Spring FCAC tour to bring you the latest local news, including that a Trumbull teen may face charges after a false report of a possible bomb on a school bus resulted in Booth Hill Road being closed and forced the evacuation of several Trumbull High students. According to police, the source of the report was a comment made by a 15-year-old student several days ago. Police are investigating to determine whether to charge that teen. The false report originated about 3 in the afternoon when a parent received a text message from a student who said they did not feel safe on the bus. The parent contacted the bus company, which in turn contacted Trumbull police. Police stopped that bus on Booth Hill Road near Wisteria Drive. The area was cordoned off and students taken off the bus. Bomb-sniffing dogs from the MTA Police Department searched the bus and, after not finding explosives, deemed it safe. All of the students were transferred to another bus and taken home, and at the time, that road was closed for about an hour. And in other news, a document suggesting that former Ridgefield Fire Chief Kevin Tappy appeared to be intoxicated at a late Saturday night fire scene has been released by the town, ending a Freedom of Information lawsuit seeking information about the town's investigation of what was described as a violation of town policy. That investigation was cut short by Tappy's retirement back on January 4th, which the Board of Selectmen accepted. The description of Chief Tappy appearing to be under the influence of alcohol is contained in a written statement signed by Fire Captain David McDevitt following a fire that started about 10 on the evening of Saturday, December 17th on Juneberry Lane in the Fox Hill condominiums. Chief Tappy arrived at that scene at about 10:40, according to the report. The statement says as he approached, he fell into a snowbank and had trouble stepping over a hose line, unable to stand up on his own. Chief Tappy appeared to have an unsteady gait following that fall. In addition, the fire captain said he noticed that the chief had slurred speech. Chief Tappy had told them he'd been asleep and was not fully awake yet, but a witness said he detected an odor consistent with alcohol. The report goes on to describe that Captain McDevitt decided not to turn control over of the fire scene to Chief Tappy, despite the chief's initial resistance, arranging for him to be driven home by his wife. HAN's Ridgefield Press obtained a copy of the report because it filed a Freedom of Information request seeking documents related to that investigation. You can get a lot more on that story at theridgefieldpress.com. And state police have arrested a man in connection with a fatal crash on I-95 in Milford last April. 23-year-old Shivam Patel of East Haven was charged with manslaughter in the second degree with a motor vehicle in the April 16, 2016 crash that killed 24-year-old Terrell Wilson of Norwich. Patel, who was seriously injured in that crash, was also charged with reckless driving and driving under the influence, as well as driving the wrong way on a highway. State police said Patel learned there was a warrant for his arrest and turned himself in on March 23rd. According to state police, Wilson was traveling on I-95 in the northbound lane south of exit 36 at about 2:17 in the morning last April when Patel, who was driving the wrong way, struck his car head-on. Wilson, who had been a leader in his community, was brought to Yale New Haven Hospital following that crash and later died. Wilson was the youngest person ever elected to the Norwich City Council, according to his obituary. He served his city with pride and dignity. There's much more on that story at milfordmirror.com. And the New Canaan police are investigating a youth party on Owen-Oak Ridge Road in which a male juvenile was seriously injured and was transported to Norwalk Hospital by ambulance. That incident took place on Saturday, March 25th. The police ask anyone with information about that party to contact them at 203-594-3523. But that does it for this Coffee Break news update. Follow all the FCAC Spring Tour action on our Twitter, HAN Network CT, and Snapchat at HAN.network. We'll see you next time.